Hello, everyone, and welcome to Angels and Action, May 7, 2024. My name is Larkin, and Susie will not be with us today. She's enjoying the boat on the water, but I am here today to talk about wisdom from spirit and working with your spirit team. That means your spirit guides and angels and your loved ones that have passed on, your animal spirits, etc. This is little Miss Jackie, our little Jack Russell here. So my camera didn't want to work today at all, so I had to do some playing around with the computer, and I had to restart my computer. So please forgive me with all of that. We are, excuse me, only going to be on about 45 minutes today, because I actually have another live reading broadcast at 4 p.m. on Veronica Jenkins's page. And then I have to get out to my horses. So anyway, we have this special time here today, and I'm going to light some incense for us as usual. Thank you all for being patient with me while I got my camera working. You just never know. Usually StreamYard works great. But recently I have noticed that on this computer, my StreamYard has been kind of funny. I think actually it was funny on my phone as well when I tried something on my phone. So anywho, we have some, what are we using today? Black Cherry Orchard. I've been using this one a lot, incense. It's amazing. Those of you who don't know, who don't typically watch, you guys may not know that I always encourage you to set the ambiance for working with spirit, for your spirit time, for your spiritual time, and all that good stuff. Let's see, I am going to change the messages here that I respond to you guys so that it's our YouTube page. There we go. Hi, Samo. Good to see you too. Thank you for saying hi. So we're lighting our incense. I'm going to run over the schedule I'm going to be having this week. And then Susie and I should both be back next week. Don't forget, if you guys are looking for an online group reading, the next one that I'm hosting is the 12th of May. Uh-oh. Oops. Well, guys, I just ruined my seat cover with my incense. So hold on a minute. Let me get that off. It's burning a hole in my seat cover. Just burned a hole in my couch. Sorry. Sorry, Tom, my husband. I just burned a hole in the couch with incense. My husband does not like incense, but at least I didn't start a fire. Just burned a hole right through the seat cover. Well, guess we'll be buying a new one of these. Let's try this again. This is why when you light your incense, I'm going to turn this into an infomercial. When you light your incense, you should do it over someplace hard, not fabric, like my couch. I'm getting a little too comfortable with my incense. And not only that, for those of you that just joined me, I just burned a hole in my couch and my seat cover. So I'm giving a safety infomercial on lighting incense. Do it over a table like this hard table here and put it right into your incense burner, because now I have to purchase a new couch cover and kept wanting to catch fire. So luckily we saved that. Thank you, angels. All right, so here we go. I'm keeping it this time over this. I'm putting it in here so that it's nice and safe. And hopefully we're safe now. Okay, see, it's in there. All right, that's our Black Orchard Cherry. Put it over here where it's safe. Guys, be very careful. Like, I love incense, but that was a little reminder of how quickly, if it's not contained, it can catch fire. Because it literally was trying to start a fire twice on my couch cover. So anyway, we're going to do that in a couple candles. While I'm waiting for people to log on, I was just letting people know that there is a online small group reading angel party that I host once a month that we have coming up on Mother's Day, which is Sunday, May 5th. It is $30 for a 2-hour online group reading session where everyone is guaranteed a reading. I do this because, hi Kaz, welcome. I do this because there are 3 levels of readings, in case you guys don't know, and then we'll get started, but I think this is important you guys know. There are free online readings that people have, like what we do here. Those are not as in-depth, and they're not as in-depth, they're not as quick, they're not as personal, and you don't get the same amount of time. They're fantastic if that's all you're looking for. If you can't really afford a reading, because this is people's gifts and their businesses, so typically a good reader will charge, many of them $200 and up. I charge a lot less than that. Susie does as well, but find a reader that's a good match for you. For a private reading, it's a lot more. A good middle balance is the small group online readings, which a lot of readers host, and I host once a month. And that is where, there's about 10 to 20 people. It depends on, how many people I send up, how much extra time I have to offer, because I will go over if I have more people. Everybody gets a personalized reading. The good thing about those readings is that, hi Samantha, welcome. The good thing about the online group readings, guys, too, is that you get to learn from other people's readings, and what comes through in other people's readings will serve everyone. So you actually get a lot out of it because spirit is coming through and you're getting wisdom and knowledge and answers, even when it's not your particular turn for a reading. I think those are brilliant, and that's why I started doing them. It gives people who can't afford a personal reading the opportunity to really get that attention without having to pay for the full reading. Okay, so anyway, you can find all that on larkinsreadings.com or on my Facebook page. I hope you're well too, Samantha. Thank you. And just remember that the next one, I'll get over this and then we'll get started on our stuff today. Just please know that the next online group reading that I'm doing is going to be May 12th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. EDT. And if you guys want to meet your spirit guides, I only had 3 people sign up. So I went ahead and moved this month's Meet Your Spirit Guides to May 18th. Which is a Saturday from 11 a.m. EDT to 1 p.m. EDT, which is 4 p.m. BST to 6 p.m. BST. You literally get to meet your spirit guides. Hi, Deborah. Welcome. I am. Thank you. I'm just going over all the cool stuff I have going on this month. Susie's not with us today. She's out enjoying the water right now. But these are just opportunities, Susie. I don't know all of Susie's going on, but, make sure you like and follow her page. We both have things going on almost every day for you. The Meet Your Spirit Guides event, guys, is life-changing, and you literally will meet at least one of your spirit guides to whatever level you are allowing in and ready. And you leave that event better able to communicate, and with them sharing with you how they communicate with you and the best ways to communicate with them. Okay, I actually take you through that process. So we have the angel parties on the live small group reading angel party, which is $30 US dollars. If you guys want to join that, I have a few spaces left for that. That's Mother's Day. And then it's a great gift if you want to get that or do that with your mom. And then the Meet Your Spirit Guides is going to be the 18th. You can find all of this at larkinsreadings.com. I'm also offering 50% off readings for the month of May in honor of Mother's Day. That means you can get an hour reading for $75. So I'm going to do limited spaces for that. Please make sure. Hi, Good Witch. Welcome. Hi, Leona. Please make sure if you guys schedule a reading. I've had people schedule readings this week for that 50% off reading. And they didn't schedule it. So when you get on my Wix website, larkinsreadings.com, and you schedule, you pay for your reading, there's an option there to schedule. So you have to actually schedule the time for your reading. Otherwise, I have to message you and we have to go back and forth, and I have to schedule you manually. So I can help you if you have trouble, but it should be pretty easy. It's sort of like any website. If you haven't done it before, you got to figure it out. But I mean, every website's like that. So anyway, let's see. Oh, good witch. You're a troll. I love trolls. I copy your profile and I share it with all of my colleagues, and I make sure they all know who you are. So we're gonna block you and we're gonna delete you. Okay. Let's see here. Let me go up and get her first. Hi, good witch. I didn't see that. I should have checked comments sooner. That's okay. All right, Kaz. Well, hopefully you didn't message her. Message me now. There's another one. Mercy Time Tarot. I'm going to share you with all of my colleagues so they know who you are, honey. Thank you for tuning in. I love it when they do this. All right. Sorry, guys. Let me just get rid of these friendly little visitors. And then I'll get to you, Leona, in just a second. Yeah. Well, you know what? It's interesting because I find, Deborah Williams, I find that when if I market this or any of my events, like the Furball Fridays from 2 weeks ago, if I market it like more than an hour or two before, it gives the trolls a chance to get on, and they find us really quickly when I do that. So it's kind of strange. So in a way, I'm like better off. I'm better off just almost not even marketing this stuff until last minute, unfortunately. But I find that the earlier that I do that, the more trolls that I have. So like I did this really early this morning, and sure enough, they caught up with us already, right? So I don't know. That's just the way it goes. They'll always be there, and they can't really make any money off of you guys unless you guys message them back and get chatting with them, and then they convince you to pay them for stuff. You know, a real reader is never going to be doing that. Like, we'll message you back and forth if you have inquiries, but we're not going to be messaging you and luring you into a chat and then trying to get us to pay us, right? You either schedule with us and pay us ahead of time and we do a reading, or you're on here, right? So just make sure you don't do those. Good, Deborah. Well, you didn't see them because I just got rid of them and you just popped on. So that's good to know. So anyway, guys, that's some of the rundown. On Friday, I'll have Furball Baby Fridays again. Today at 4, I'm going to be on Veronica's group doing live readings. What else? Anyway, there's all sorts of fun events coming up. So you can just check my website, my Facebook page for that, and Susie's for whatever she has going on. Let's see, Leona. So, Leona, we will do this. We'll do a prayer here. I want to let you guys know that 2 other things. Leona, you reminded me. So as Jesus said, where 2 or more are gathered, right? There's a lot of power in collective prayer. And it is the power of the collective intention, right? And so let me look here. I'll post these things later, guys, in the comments. I'm going to post all these events in the comments for you later, and all these dates and links. But on the 19th, of May, which is a Sunday, at 11 or 12 p.m. EDT, I'm going to be having a group prayer session. Okay, a group prayer session. It will either be here or via Zoom. I'm not sure how I'm going to have that yet, but I'm going to schedule it as an event. And what we're going to do is we're going to get on and we're going to combine individual and collective prayer like we're going to be doing here with you, Leona, so that we can focus intention and get in. I'm going to try to teach you guys how to create that safe space bubble for prayer. And then whatever we put into that safe space, we collectively focus our energy on. Okay. So I'm going to read this and then I'm going to share with you how to empower that prayer. Okay. And I'm going to remind you, Leona, like on here, you need to share it with us so we know what we get the idea and what we need to focus our attention on. Then I'm going to teach you how to refocus the attention that you're giving these circumstances, because what we do in the present with what has occurred is what makes a difference as to how that prayer is effective. Okay, so we share and convey, and then we have to leave all of the fear and the ideas of how scary and how terrible it is where it is. And we have to get in the present, because that's the most powerful place to manifest and to pray and to create. And what you're wanting to do here is to create healing and a healing outcome for him. And so we're going to be working on that intensely on the 19th, but I'll share that with you some today so that we can pray that. I got you, Deborah. You mean the video interference? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's my internet. Everything seems fine on this end, but thank you for letting me know. Keep me posted on that, Deborah, because I can't tell from this end. I actually have it on my live here and it looks just fine. So keep me posted on what you're seeing, okay? Please, please, we're in need of all prayers right now. Let's see. I don't understand Mariette Howe's son. I think that might be a typo. Was in a bike accident, and we need all the prayers and healings for him to fight through this and family. Let's see. He's still under brain surgery until 1:30 today. Please keep praying. Okay, Ivan. Okay, thank you. Ivan or Yvonne. Evan, trying to pronounce the name right. Evan, is that how to pronounce it correctly? It depends on where you are, how it's pronounced. Okay, so first of all, let's see here. There we go. So first of all, what we want to do is, you're doing the right thing, Leona, by reaching out and asking for that collective prayer. That's very important. And what we want to do, and we can practice this here now, but we're going to be doing this very intensely on the 19th so that you guys can actually learn how there's a whole different set of processes to really learn to pray powerfully. And one of the most important things, and Jesus and all of the great teachers have taught this, is it's as difficult as it is for the egoic mind. When we pray, we produce healing. And I have proved this to myself when I had heard about doing a book, not a book, but keeping a log and doing 10,000 prayers for animals and humans. Humans are animals too, but people and animals. And how when praying and sending a healing in a certain way, using certain things such as being present, being gracious, how your ability to heal becomes so much more powerful. And I found that to be true. I spent an entire summer doing just that. I don't think I quite got to 10,000. So I'm interested to see what happens then, but it was very, very powerful. And it got to the point where I could do healings and things would happen, but you got to understand it's not me doing it. It's our collective focus, and the will of the person and the circumstances need to be aligned. So one of the things you want to do, Leona, even when you're asking friends and family to pray, as hard as it is, and I don't mean to sound cold, but understand that spirit is very practical. And there is a practical side that a lot of emotional people or spiritual people or sensitive people or people who want to be or trying to be spiritual confuse with emotion. And the truth is that when you're assisting in a healing, because the person's really doing it themselves or the animal or the circumstance, right? When you're assisting in a healing or prayer, it's anything but emotional. And we tend to mix that up with emotion. The ego is like, oh my God, please, please. And believe me, I know that feeling. But that's not a powerful place to pray. And it's very hard to do in this situation where you have someone that is undergoing something as serious as brain surgery and they've had a serious accident. It's terribly frightening to our human selves. But where the power of the prayer comes is beyond that emotional egoic self. There is no power there. The power comes from beyond that. And in order to get beyond that and connect to that, you have to connect to presence. So we first have to accept the circumstance, which is the hardest part. And then we have to slip into believing that things are working out for us. This is what we call faith, right? Or trust. And we have to surrender that because we are being a vehicle of the power of prayer and healing, right? Okay, Evan, thank you, Leona. We are being a vehicle of that. We are not that. Okay? We are being a vehicle. And so we have to we have to blend our will with the will of source or God, right? I don't like to use the term God because it's overused and misused. But we have to turn our will, our human, in order for us to create healing and prayer successfully as humans, we have to submit our will to first our higher selves, which is not incarnated in our body. Okay, so our higher selves is the first thing we connect with when we cross over. So we have to first connect with that. And then that greater eternal version of ourselves that is incarnated right now, that is the part that is source. It is a part of God. That is a part of source. That is a part of the Holy Spirit. That is what connects to it. Okay, so we have to be there. And the way you get there is surrender. Surrender feels like, we're giving in. We're accepting things the way they are. Yeah, you are. Because that's how you get present. And that's how you get you get past the egoic veil. Your prayer does not have power within the egoic veil. It has power outside of it. And the reason you guys come to people like Susie and I is because you want to be in touch with that power. And what we're telling you is that you already are that power before you're incarnated. And it's with you. It's within you. It's around you. Because you're inside yourself and outside of yourself. So when we're praying for Evan or anyone else or any circumstance, we have to first surrender, because that is the tool as a human that releases us from the egoic limitation and reconnects us with the part of ourself that is source. Okay, that has to happen first. Otherwise, it's just, oh, please, 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 please. And because there are hundreds of universal laws, but because we get what we put out when we're going, oh, please, 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 and we're coming from a place of feeling desperate or hopeless, we are pushing that energy into interference with the very thing that we're praying for. So you don't want to interfere with the prayers for him, right? So we have to clear that out first by surrendering. And I usually do that by bowing my head, by breathing out, by sensing the powers that be out in front of my third eye, right? The angels, the guardians, his guides, the great source energy, the ethereal realms, the powers that be, right? I always sense that out here, and I humble myself to that power because it's the only way I can be a part of that power, right? Or I stop my ego from blocking me from being a part of that power, and I connect. And once that connection is made, you have the entire power of the universe and source and all of its resources behind you. Okay. Now, that's number one. And we'll go over this more on the 19th. I'll teach you guys how to do this. Here's the other really difficult part about this. When you are surrendering to this, okay? Hi, Donna Ray. Welcome. Thanks for tuning in. When you are surrendering to this, you are also turning, in order to pray for the thing you're intending for and truly have source behind you, you have to also include this as, what's the best way to say this? This is where thy will be done comes in. Okay. In other words, this is where that bridge of faith has to come in. Believing that things are always working out for you, knowing and trusting that they are. That means knowing and trusting that things are working out for Evan, no matter how it may seem to all of you as a human, no matter how scary it is, no matter what physical condition he's in. You have to know and trust that we are all eternal and we are all here playing this game, playing these roles in this lifetime. And that in the big picture, everything is always okay. That's very hard. You have to train yourself to believe that. You have to train yourself to remember that, because religion and society teaches us the opposite, because that's how they make money out of us and that's how they control us as a society. That choice is going to be up to you guys individually. All I can do is share that. People have been martyred for sharing that for thousands of years. So maybe I'm a martyr. But this is very important, because the things that you have to do to actually release the power of speeding things up and things working out for the best for the people you're in, animals and situations you're praying for, is you have to do the very thing that is the most difficult for the egoic self. Okay. So that last part, and then we're going to all practice this for Evan. Okay. And we can do practice for everyone. That last part, Leona, is set the intention for the prayer and the outcome that you desire for him. But then, and I tell people, hand on your heart, because as Greg Braden teaches, it's electromagnetic energy here, right? Your heart has a lot of electricity. And there's a heart-mind connection when you put your hand on your heart. But I surrender and I say, may thy will be done. And I bless whoever it is. I bless them in the way that thy will be done. In other words, whatever the best outcome is for that person or animal or situation, I turn it over to the higher powers with complete and utter trust and surrender. And I ask that I may be a vehicle of love, light, and healing. And that I will completely trust myself in what I'm intuitively guided to do from that point on in regards to that situation. It means not my will. I might think something else needs to happen. Okay? When you do this, you allow for miracles. That doesn't always mean the miracles you want. It might mean the miracle of the person or the animal not suffering. It might mean the miracle of a complete turnaround and a total miraculous healing. There's all sorts of things it can mean, but usually it's things you don't expect, the ways you don't expect. And in order to be the vehicle of such tremendous power, you have to surrender to be a vehicle for that power. Okay, I hope this makes sense. Yes, the Siamese, the little rotten egg. That's Buttercup. So hopefully this makes sense. So what we're going to do is, again, guys, this is something I'm going to do on the 19th. We're going to have a big event, and we We're doing this in the Awakening Your Intuition group that I have. For those of you that want to be a part of building your confidence with your intuition and or your readings or your spiritual and metaphysical abilities, I have an Awakening Your Intuition group. It's a small monthly paid group where you get like all of my attention and we go over these things. But a lot of those people are going to be on the 19th, and we're going to have this power of a group. So there's enough of us here. We can do this now. So what I'd ask everybody to do, Samo, we'll get to you in a minute, okay? Because we're right in the middle of doing this prayer request. And so I need to finish up with this first. So what we'll do is if everybody just, and we can add other people's prayers in there too. We can add yours in, Samo. Let's see. But let's take just a moment, and everyone will have a different level at which of being able to become present. But to whatever level you can do that, I ask you to just take a moment. If you have a candle or something, you can light it. Take a moment, take a deep breath. And what we're going to do is we're going to, we'll focus on Evan, and we'll send a collective prayer there. And then we'll also take a moment and we'll let everyone throw in their pot what it is they want or need prayers for. And we'll just send a general loving surrender energy for that, okay? But let's do this one first. So everybody just close their eyes for a minute. It helps if your spine is straight and your chin is relaxed. And you just focus on your breathing for a moment in order to allow yourself to slow your brain waves, calm your nervous system, and get centered. So like feel your center drop into your belly button or into your seat where you're sitting. Take a couple of deep breaths out. Make sure you get all the extra thoughts and feelings out. You can have your hands wherever they're comfortable. I like to have them up to receive, but you don't have to do that. And I want everyone to just focus in on Evan's energy. You don't focus on the accident. Don't focus on the surgery. We don't want to focus on the unwanted here. Just focus on Evan's energy. Okay, so you don't have to know who he is or feel him or anything. It's within that circle. So you can just send that intention out there. And take a deep breath and just surrender to the situation and feel yourself setting the intention. Blessing in your own way, blessing Evan. Focusing on being thankful for his well-being. Thank you, God, Source, Spirit, and Universe, for Evan coming through surgery and for a quick recovery. Thank you for Evan's full and complete healing and recovery, and for all the blessings unknown to us that have come from this situation, because everything is always working out for him. You got to add that gratitude in there, right? So feel the gratitude, see and feel his healing and recovery. And as you do this, guys, feel yourself turning it over. I bow my head when I do this, humbly. I humble myself. In complete and utter faith and trust that Evan is blessed and that everything is going to work out in the best possible way for him. Whether I agree with what that is or not. You have to trust that, because that's where the key of power here is, guys. And then sit in gratitude with that. It is the gratitude that has the power. because it is already done. And then if you all have something or someone that you want or need to throw into this now safe and secure energy bubble of gratitude and surrender and trust and faith, so that you're connected to the powers that be, that force is behind you now in this circle. So take a moment. You can even put your hand on your heart. Think of and feel those that you wish to pray for, those circumstances that you wish to heal. And just feel yourself sink down into your center. Stay surrendered in complete trust and faith that everything is always working out for us, even if we can't see it. And share your intention with that surrender and that gratitude. Put your intention out there. Feel it in the front part of your mind. And give thanks for that. When you're done, you can open your eyes and sit here and take a deep breath. Doesn't take long, guys. Doesn't have to take a long time. The intention, the surrender, and the gratitude are not factors you can leave out. Well, and you have to be present. So being present, surrendering, intention, and gratitude. Those all have to be present in balance. Okay, and then you have to let it go. You have to let it go, because that frequency of letting it go is that frequency of trust. Okay? That's that frequency of trust. I'm glad you can feel that. Is there anybody else that can feel that? Hi, Chrissy. Is there anybody else that can feel the collective deep peace of what we just did? Let me know in the comments if you can feel that. Because no matter where you are in the world, that's okay, Susie. I'll put your thing up in just a second. Thanks for saying hi. Very powerful energy. No matter where you are in the world, guys, if you can feel that, or at least sense that a little bit, you're a part of that circle. We just created a circle internationally of healing and prayer power. Okay? Let me know if anybody else can feel that. Thank you, Samo, for letting me know. Okay? You can feel it already. Awesome, Susie. I'm so glad. When we do our prayer circle on the 19th, we're going to do this even more, guys. It'll be even more powerful because we're going to be doing it longer. And we're going to give you much more in-depth practice and methods for powerful prayer, okay? But if each of you can walk away today knowing that your prayers were a part of that powerful circle, that is a safe space you just created internationally, because there is no time and space, right? So we were all there collectively. Awesome. Very good, Susie. That's okay, Susie. We're so glad you popped in. Yes. Thank you for joining us. Samantha, feeling very warm in my hands and very peaceful. Wonderful. Yes. So don't forget, guys, you are electromagnetic energy. You're electricity. So your heart's full of electricity. Your brain is full of electricity, but your heart actually carries more electricity than your heart. I mean, in your mind. It's an intelligence as well. So this is very, very powerful. Yes, very much so. Excellent. Good. All right, you guys are feeling this. Excellent. Good. So this is what I want to say to that before we move on here. If you really want to enhance your ability to create miracles and assist in healing and have the power of prayer, everything is practice. Everything is practice. Okay, so if, as I did that one particular summer, please know that as you practice this, it will become more part of you from the inside out. And what you learn will be very powerful. Okay? So please keep that in mind. It's very, very powerful. And hopefully you guys will join us on the 19th. I'll be posting that, and we'll have that posted. Okay. I'll also share this stuff, guys, down in the comments here. When I get off today, I'll share these things. So she can see you, Deborah. Susie can see you. She can see all the comments. Okay, let's see. All right, guys. Let's see here what this says. Will your move go ahead in July? It looks to me like more like August. Keep in mind, anything and everything can change. So maybe we're looking at the end of July or the beginning of August. The answer that popped into my head when I asked that was August. Sounds good, Susie. It looks to me like August. That's what popped in as soon as I read your question. Was more like August. So if you have things, Samo, that pop up that seem to delay things at all or slow things down at all, don't be disturbed by that. Just go with it. Trust that everything happens in perfect timing. We don't always know what that is because our mind gets something else, gets a different idea. But just relax and go with it and trust that it's working smoothly for you. It looks as though this move is already set in motion on its own. So that does seem to be the flow of things. So I would just trust that. Okay. I would totally trust that and go with that. When we trust and we relax into things, guys, we have a tendency to allow things to happen more organically, more easily, and more comfortably. So, Samo, you will be there on the 19th. Excellent. I will post all those details later today, okay? Should be very powerful. Thank you. And Deborah Williams, fantastic. Oh, we will look forward to seeing you guys on the 19th. Great. Susie, I'm getting the number 12 for Sam. Awesome. Samo, let us know if the number 12 relates to you. That's great. Thank you, Susie. Let's see. So we have August. I'm getting August, and then it's in flow for you. And Susie got the number 12 for you. And then we have Deborah and Samo that say they're coming on the 19th. Yay! I will post that event for you guys shortly. I thank you all for being patient with me. Susie and I both have had so much going on the past few months. I hardly get any sleep. I've moved my 4 horses twice, and it's just been overwhelming. Let's see. I understand. Bless you, Larkin. Bless you, Samo. Let's see here. Hold on, Leona. I'll get back to you. Susie says symbolically, I'm sensing a daisy from Spirit for Samo. Excellent. Beautiful. I see that daisy. That's lovely. Thank you, Susie. Let's see here. Uh-oh. Let's see. My father-in-law probably just came in downstairs. Can I please have a general message? Please. You'll know why when you look into it. I don't want to say on this, but I don't mind what you say back. Excellent, Leona. All right. Let's do that here. Hi, Susan Kirby. It's the first time I've watched your live, Larkin. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Susan. I'm going to get to you here, Leona. Yeah, so Susan, welcome. Susie Antara is usually on with me. She'll be on with me next week. She's chatting with us here, and we do this together usually every week. And we talk about anything spiritual and metaphysical, Susan. We do free online readings here, and we help you connect with your angels and your spirit team, which is angels and spirit guides and loved ones and guardians and all that great stuff. And we do this every Monday. We've tried to move our time to like 1 p.m. EDT now, because more people tend to log on right as we're ready to log off when we do it at noon my time. You don't get much time to yourself, unfortunately. Join the club. I don't get any. Let's see. Leona, I'm getting back to you. Samo, in response to Susie's comment about picking up on a daisy, says, daisies I love and are my favorite flower. Powerful. Good job, guys. That's fantastic. Thank you for that, Susie. That's fabulous. Leona, I'm actually shuffling cards for you. Since this is something that's more of a private circumstance, this will also allow me to give you answers back in a good way. You might also, again, guys, we're here to give you guys things on all levels, free online readings, small group readings for a lower cost, and private readings. So if you decide you want to get a reading with Susie or myself, or you want to do the small group online angel party, Leona, you can always do that too. You can can schedule with Susie through her pages, or me through mine, or the small online group reading through my Facebook page. You can find it there. There are other options, or other readers. You don't have to go through us. You can, if it is something more in depth you want, and you find a reader you trust, it's worth it. Okay. So I'm going to draw 2 cards for you, Leona. Let's see here. Hold on a minute. Susie wants to answer here. Leona, my sense is you need to take a step back from the situation and look at the bigger picture, as the pressure that is coming from external forces is creating confusion. And there is a sense that you need more clarity before making any concrete decisions. Let's see. And then she also says, thank you, Sam. That's a beautiful blessing for you. It certainly is. It certainly is. Okay. Yeah, so I completely agree, Leona, with Susie. I'm going to let the angels speak here through these cards for us as well. I'm going to get a card for each of you. This is very powerful as well. So the cards tend to come right through and always are in sync with what Susie and I read for you guys. And I find this is very interesting. I think this will connect too with some of what Susie shared. I see your comment, Deborah. Oh, hold on. Let's finish up with Leona here first. Hi, Chrissy. I see yours as well. So, I drew a card from the Archangel Oracle cards. We always have, the Archangels always work with all of us, whoever's energy we need at the time. So it's really circumstantial, but they're working with all of us, right? And their energy also is an umbrella for the other angelic energies that come about. And Leona, one of the things that came up for you, the very first card that actually popped out of me was relationship harmony. And this is very important. And this can also relate to relationship with self as well, because our entire existence here in this world is our relationship to everyone and everything else. Okay, that's very important. So Deborah, we'll get to you in just a minute. I'm just finishing Leona. Okay, I see your comment, Deborah, but I would need to finish with Leona before I get to you guys, the rest of you guys. This is about relationship harmony. And the Archangel here, and I do sense his energy around you, Leona, very strongly, is Archangel Raguel, okay? And it says, we angels are opening the hearts of everyone involved. Arguments and conflicts are being resolved now. Now, interestingly enough, when we did our prayer today, I spoke with all of you about putting the hand on your heart. There is an electromagnetic connection that happens between the rest of your body, between your mind and your heart when you do this, okay? The opening your heart really goes along with what Susie is talking about. There's an element of detachment that needs to happen, because what I'm sensing is you're so close in. Like she's saying, you need to take a step back and look at the bigger picture. This is true, but this doesn't mean overanalyze the bigger picture, okay? If you notice, you know, Susie's talking about allowing yourself to allow less pressure by taking a step back. The opening your heart is an indicator of the same thing. Okay. When we stop overthinking a situation and trying to figure it out, and we take a step back and we do very much what we did in this guided prayer, what happens is we allow truth to rise to the surface. We allow clarity in our own decisions and what we need to do, and we eliminate the confusion. Okay. And so in order for that to happen, it will actually affect everyone if you can allow the angels to help, just not open your heart to allow yourself to be walked all over, but open your heart to stop overthinking, right? Because the overthinking has a lot to do with a closed heart. As we step back, as Susie was getting for you, and we allow and we stop thinking about it and re-emphasizing our belief and perception, what happens is answers and clarity flow to us. And that's essentially what this card is saying for you. Okay. I'm going to also read the daily guidance and angel cards for you as well, Leona, in this, and then we will move on and we'll get to Debbie and Chrissy. Let's see here. Leona says, I completely understand everything that's been said. Yes, excellent. Good. This is working then. You're welcome, Leona. So let me read the second card for you, because this also goes along with what Susie is saying as well. Let's see. Real quick, I'll do this. I'm going to be translating for Susie now too. Samo says, was the number 12. Susie gave me a month, date, number yet to happen. That's something you can check into as well, Samo. Oftentimes when we get a number, and I'm sure Susie will answer, but oftentimes we get a number and it, as you're thinking about it, it pops up what it relates to. And then that's your message from spirit to you. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's see. All right. I don't know how to say your name. You've been on here before. Siobhan O'Rourke. I know I'm not saying that right. All right, let me finish this here for Leona. Let your past go. This also connects with what Susie was saying, because there's a link there to the needing to create a space and stepping back. It says, let's see. The burden of carting your past around has made you weary. Dear one, it is time to set this burden down. Keep only the lessons and the love, and leave everything else behind. You don't want it or need it, and it is now gone. Now, this is very important, Leona, because even if you're not associating this current situation with letting go of the past, there are aspects and beliefs of yourself that you are holding on to that are actually causing you to suffer currently. And again, so Susie's advice in this initially of creating some distance there also applies to this as well. Okay. So these are your angel guidance cards for this. This is very important. I hope that this helps, Leona. Thank you for letting us read for you. Let's see. All right, guys, I'm going to try to do, I will have to get off in about 20 minutes because I have another online live at 4. So we're going to do Deborah Williams, Chrissy, and Siobhan. I know that's not right. I know I'm not saying this right. If there's a way you can try to spell it out for me, I'm terrible with names. I should know your name by now. You've been on here, but it's hard when I can't hear it. Let's see. So here is Deborah Williams. So here's the thing, Deborah. There's several things that I am going to answer to this. It's going to be spiritual, metaphysical, and practical answers that I'm going to give you. Okay. Number one, when we look at things in terms of unfolding and enlightenment, we are in a very egoic place. That is an egoic idea. Okay. So that's the first thing. So it's not a bad thing. It's what everyone goes through. But this is a reminder to you that, it's not about enlightenment or waking up is basically getting free of the mind. This is why I do mindset coaching. I'm not asking you to mindset coach with me. I'm simply telling you that the enlightenment actually comes through the discipline of mindset work. It doesn't come necessarily through spiritual work or the effort for metaphysical or spiritual work like people who are trying to be spiritual believe. Okay. We all come here to awaken. So just the fact that you are aware of this is very powerful. Okay. And Susie, I'll get to your comments in just a minute. Okay. Just the fact that you are aware of this, Deborah, and you have this interest, that means you have this drive that, okay, yeah, I came here to awaken, right? And you know that, and that's great. Will it all happen in this lifetime? Probably not. Probably just the next level of it, right? But what really is enlightenment? This is driving me nuts. What is enlightenment, guys? Enlightenment is just waking up from who and what you are. Does an enlightened being say that they're enlightened? No, they don't. They don't think of it that way at all. They just are. So the more awake you are, the less you think of it that way. Okay. So will things unfold as I'm working towards your future enlightenment? Yes, absolutely. Because you're in a constant process of evolving and awakening. So that is an absolute given. Okay. When you're saying, will they unfold, that there's an egoic aspect of you that has an expectation of how it's going to happen and what it is you think you want. And the truth of the matter is you can't possibly imagine what being enlightened is like. It's who you are. Okay. It's who you are before you came, and your soul knows, but the mind can't imagine it. Okay, so here's what I would recommend. I would recommend what I give all of my coaching clients. Okay, because even though it's mindset and manifesting and transformational coaching, essentially what I'm helping them to do is to awaken, get free of the mind. That's really what you have to do. Okay, and a lot of people will argue with this and disagree with this because they make money doing other things. But the bottom line is awakening is nothing more than becoming the observer behind your thoughts and aware that your thoughts are just thoughts. Your feelings are just feelings. Everything that you experience is nothing more than what your eternal, already awakened consciousness is observing. And as long as you identify with your life, with your name, with your identity, with your thoughts, with your beliefs, you're not awake. That's it. It's that simple. Okay. Practicing it is different because we are born to have an identity, have a race, have a sex, which is fine. We're supposed to in this world. There's nothing wrong with any of that. I know it's a sensitive topic now that all this stuff's going on. But all I'm saying is everything about us as a human being is about our identity in this life. We have to be able to embrace that as the observer behind the thoughts, not the thinker, which is why you always hear me saying it's the 95% of your mind you're not aware of that is running your life. Okay. You have to actually become aware of that 95% to be awake. And it takes clients 3 years just coaching with me in order to even start to be aware of what that is and to see any sort of real major shift. Okay. So I'm not saying it has to take that long, but most of us don't wake up like Eckhart Tolle. Okay. This is why the Dalai Lama is taken as an infant and protected so that he's not brainwashed, so that he remembers as a soul who he is. So when you guys see me posting about my coaching and about getting involved in my groups, and I'm talking about remembering who you are, this is what I'm talking about. So the road is not pretty, Deborah, and it's not easy, and it's not full of Reiki and healing and lives and readings. That's not what it's full of. It's full of making the self-awareness and self-control in the mindset and learning to get present and learning to have self-control of the mind and being the master of the mind. It is dirty, ugly, hard work. It is the nitty-gritty you do when you're alone. That is where enlightenment comes from. Okay? So most people get there through tremendous suffering, like Eckhart Tolle did. All right? I'm not saying you have to suffer. I'm just saying that's how it is. So what I would recommend, if you want a beautiful, graceful, comfortable, lovely journey, as lovely as it can be, is I would recommend exposing yourself as little as possible to the things that are that suck you back into that egoic identity, and exposing yourself at least 5 minutes a day to like Eckhart Tolle. Okay, all of my coaching clients that become more conscious and reach their next level of enlightenment, they read The Power of Now and Stillness Speaks from Eckhart Tolle. The Power of Now and Stillness Speaks. Okay. So if you really want to do this without coaching with me, I'm giving you a summarized structure of what you need to do. Okay. And this usually takes people working with me years intensely every week with privates to do this. You can do it a little bit of time though. Everyone's on their own path. Right. So, the reason I say Eckhart Tolle is because he wrote those books From Consciousness to Your Consciousness. And I'm not reading comments right now. I will in a minute. Okay. I have to channel this in for you first. So I've read his book over 25 years, every single day. And the reason is because I wanted someone I could relate to that was pure consciousness and not coming from ego, to remind my consciousness of who I was. So I didn't get sucked down because everyone else I deal with in the world is asleep. Okay. So that's what I have done. And my clients have, they usually find it boring at first. And then what is enlightened is going to seem boring to you until you really, really hit another threshold of waking up. Okay. And it's way too complicated to talk about here, but, so that's probably more of an answer than you wanted. Future enlightenment. Your being is already enlightened. Your human self is asleep because that's what happens when you're born. So there is no future enlightenment. That's an egoic way of thinking. I know what I'm doing when I say this stuff to you. I mean, I know that you're going, what? Doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know what you mean by future enlightenment. But understand that it's all in the now. It's all about really knowing, being the now, being present. And there is no future. Okay. So we have to actually go beyond thinking completely, at which point we'll stop even using phrases and words like that. Okay. So are you on that path? Yeah, absolutely. But don't get distracted. Stay close to nature. Remember who you are. Expose yourself to Eckhart Tolle and those who are conscious, not who are trying to tell you they're awake and conscious. It's not thinking, it's being. It's what I try to emphasize here. Okay. So keep going and follow, remember who you are, follow your intuition, get involved with what Susie's doing, get involved with what I'm doing, or find somebody else that is working on teaching you to get present. Okay. And remembering who you are. Sorry guys. Gotta catch up. It's hard too, because I'm trying to include Susie in this. So I'm adding hers in. So I'm bouncing back and forth between people. Sorry, Deborah. I'm going to get there, Chrissy. Okay. Let's see here. Hold on, guys. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Sorry, I'm just scrolling down here. I don't want to miss anything that Susie tried to add. Thank you, Susie. All right, so I'm bouncing around here, guys. I'm sorry, I'm bouncing around because I don't want to leave Susie out. Okay, this goes back to Sam O and the house. My sense is connecting to the house move and the date. As Larkin says, it will become evident to you. The energy is not to focus on it, but to allow the energy to flow. Yes, and we feel that energy flowing. Sorry to be choppy, guys. I want to make sure I include Susie's in this here. Let's see. Oh, Susie's trying to help me here. V sound instead of a B sound. Okay. Okay. Okay, so Sioven. Okay. That's very pretty. I don't have this right, but thank you. Hi, Diane Materna. Hi, Ann Swantek. Welcome. You're welcome, Susie. I'm trying. All right. So, Deborah, I hope that helped. This is very powerful. And what I would do, Deborah, is I would like subscribe to Susie's page. If you want to join my Awakening Your Intuition, mastermind group, you could do that. It's what we do. We talk about spirituality and awakening. So, follow us or find people that are doing that, because what you want to do is not just get to a point where you're working on how you're thinking, but you want to be able to learn to master the mind and get beyond thinking. You want to remember who you are, Deborah. That's the bottom line, because that's what awakening is. All right. Thank you, Susie. Okay. Let's see. Sounds like V. Siovan. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I hope I get this right. Siovan. Okay. I know I'm butchering your name and it's gorgeous. I'm sorry. Okay. Let's see. Susan Kirby. I've never thought of it like that before, but I'm at peace when I'm being and not thinking. Yes, that's it. That's it. That's it. So if you guys get the power of now, if you get stillness speak, which all of my coaching clients are required to use, because that's what we use as we work through the struggles in their life. That's what it takes for transformation, not change. You have to recognize that you are, as Eckhart Tolle says, the observer behind your thoughts. When you can actually do that, even 1 second at a time, your entire world changes. You won't jump into practicing it all the time right away, but there's liberation. You're finally free of the prison of your mind. And there's people that hate that I call it that, but that's what it is. Your mind is meant to be a tool, not run your life. And every cause of your struggle and suffering is your thinking. Thinking is synonymous with ego, which is synonymous with mind. Those three things are the same thing. And if you are not using them as a tool, they are running your life. Okay. And that's what I teach my coaching clients to get free of. Eventually, what does that lead to? Well, that is your path to awakening. And a lot of people get that through extreme suffering, like Eckhart Tolle did, but most people don't wake up like Eckhart Tolle did. Right? They either commit suicide or they're miserable because they don't want to make the changes. But that's why you're here. You're all here to wake up. You can check on my Powerful Choices page. I just posted a video of Eckhart Tolle saying this. So this is great that you guys are asking about this. But Susie and I offer different things that help with waking up and enlightenment and overcoming your mind. Okay, so that's part of why we're doing this. Even this working with the angels and the spiritual and metaphysical is just one aspect of that. Okay, guys. All right, I literally have 10 minutes because I've got another broadcast at 4. So you're welcome, Susie. I mean Susan Kirby. Sorry. Let's see. I understand being in the now. Okay. You understand the concept of being in the now, Deborah, but you really don't know what it is. No offense. You don't really know what it is. You will. You're going to. You're headed there. Get the power of now. The breathing exercises that Susie was giving you guys a couple weeks ago to help you get present are ways to get out of your head. The now is not a place in time. It is a state of being. It is a state of consciousness. And your perception of everything changes. When you are in the now, everything is perfect and you can see it. And you will laugh at how perfect it is. Uncontrollable joy. Eckhart Tolle sat for 6 weeks on a park bench like this. I sat for a month in the chair in my backyard like everything was perfect. I needed to do nothing. There was nothing to do. So you're on that path, and that is your next step, Deborah. Get that book every single day. Read one page. Maybe it's the same page over and over. It doesn't matter. It took me a few years, but eventually certain things are going to click with your consciousness, and it's going to override your thoughts, and you're going to be like, oh my God, I remember. Okay? It's one little step at a time. All right. Let's see here. And one tick. You're welcome, Samo. Thank you for joining us. Siobhan, excellent. Thank you. Thank you so much. Susan Kirby, I'm so sorry. Bye, Samo. Oh, you guys are all trying to help me. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Okay. Now I need to get to, hold on guys. Samantha, I'm going to come back down to you. I need to get to Chrissy. If Chrissy's still here. Let's see here. I love Deborah's question. I love this because this is the whole point of all this, guys, is waking up and remembering who you are. So when people actually get on here and they ask this, I'm like, oh, yes, because this is what it's about. Everybody gets on, they want a reading, they want to know what's going to happen. But the bottom line is it's all about remembering who you are, which means connect to nature, learn to get present. Your entire life and reality will shift when you do that. That is the bottom line. All right. So let me get to Chrissy here. And I'll have to take a little break because I have to get back on at 4 o'clock to do readings. And then I got to get to my horses. I need to get a bite to eat before that here. All right. Let's get you, Chrissy, a reading. All right, here. Hold on. Hi. I know. I got a little Siamese kitty next to me. All right, so we're gonna do again the Archangel Oracle cards, Chrissy, and I'm also gonna do the daily guidance cards for you as well. Since this is Angels in Action, that's what I have today. Okay. Wow. So, in the Archangel cards, we have Archangel Sandal Fund for you, Chrissy. We angels bring gifts from your creator. Open your arms to receive. What this is telling me, Chrissy, is that you are receiving gifts that you may sense it sort of subtly, but what they're showing me is that you are absolutely not aware of you're not aware of the significance of the gifts that you are receiving. Okay, you're not aware of this. You're not aware of all the amazing things that are being given to you right now. Some of them you actually are seeing as you're not even recognizing them as gifts. And you need to recognize and apply that gratitude for some things in order to keep them coming and invite more. Okay. What they're showing me is that you're so involved right now in thinking and analyzing and trying to get things right and sort of keeping things on the straight and narrow that you're actually not noticing what they're giving you. Some of these gifts are things that are abilities within yourself that and strengths that you're not recognizing. Some of them, Chrissy, are merely opportunities that are coming your way that you're so busy sort of looking out for that you're actually not seeing them. You're not recognizing them. Okay. So what they're wanting me to ask you to do is to stop trying so hard to look for or get and acquire things the way you want and think they need to be. Add some more trust and open your arms and your heart to receive. What does that mean to get into the receiving energy? Okay. What does that mean to get into the receiving energy? Well, it means trust. It means allowing. It means believing that things are always working out for you. Because when you do that, you are opening the gates to receive. It also means, this won't close. Here we go. It also means that you need to be spending more time in gratitude, they're telling me, even for the things that you don't necessarily want or you don't think are blessings. So if you're having a technical or mechanical error or issues or troubles of some sort, be grateful and know that in all things that are happening to you right now and for you and with you, they're also they're a reflection of you, and they're exactly tailored for what you need. Obstacles are opportunities. Okay, Chrissy, obstacles are opportunities. So it's very important at this stage right now that you allow, and that means learning to relax. Okay. Abraham Hicks always talks about the allowing, right? The art of allowing. Let's see here. I also have this funny. This goes along with the one you just got. Blessings in disguise. Okay, blessings in disguise. I love this. What appears to be a problem is actually part of an answered prayer, which is exactly what I just said. And it's so funny because that card just like leapt off the top of deck of me while I was shuffling it for you. You'll understand the reasons behind your present situations and everything. As everything resolves. Trust in heaven's protection. Now, this is what's important. Trust in heaven's protection and infinite wisdom to answer your prayer in the very best way. This is what just came through for you here from the angels. Okay. So that's what you're getting from the daily guidance cards. Obstacles are opportunities. as you start to treat them as such, Chrissy, your life is going to make a sharp turn in ways that you like. And guys, I want to throw this out too. Please understand that just because things are uncomfortable and things do not seem to be going the way that you want, does not mean that things are not working out for you. Things are always working out for you. Okay, we are taught, our ego tells us if things are uncomfortable, if we don't like things, if things aren't going the way our ego thinks they are to get what we want, that things are bad and things are going wrong. That is not true. Things are not bad. Things are not going wrong. Everything is always working out for you. You have an entire spirit team supporting you. You are here in a short, finite time inside of time and space in order to experience this life. And that means experience challenges so you can awaken here and so that you can evolve. This is a blessing and a gift. This is the hardest world to incarnate in. Okay. And there's a long line of souls wanting to be here. So you better be sure if you're here that it's going to be made the best use of. Okay. This is really important. So you are completely blessed, Chrissy, and you just need to start looking around, being grateful for everything. And probably within less than 3 days, if you start doing that, you're going to feel some major shifts. Okay. So thank you for letting me read to you. That's so awesome. I hope that that helped you. Let's see here. Oh, I've missed a lot of readings. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, you were hearing your dad and Swantek. Absolutely. Yes, you were. Yes, you were. Bye, Samo. Thank you for joining us. I'm glad you tuned in today. Sorry, guys, I'm scrolling down. I got busy channeling and I didn't get in some of this. Chrissy, you're here. Yes. All right. Okay, this is for Chrissy from Susie. For Chrissy, she gets Shamuel is present and brings you the power of love and romance around you. Your focus is on building a romantic relationship, and you're being guided to begin with yourself and trust that the rest will flow. So you've got Sandalphon and you have Shamuel there, very strongly present with you. Okay, Chrissy? That's fabulous. Thank you, Susie. Oh, no, you lost signal. Okay. Well, you might be back by now. I'll see. I'm catching up on messages. I'll get to you, Samantha. Okay, I've only got a couple minutes, guys. I'm going to have to get off of here. Let's see. Let's see, Chrissy. We love this. Thank you. I'm going to give trust and give gratitude. Yes, very powerful. Very powerful. Susie says, I find the biggest shifts come when I go and flow with changes and obstacles. Absolutely, Susie. Yes. Absolutely. Okay, that is so true. All right. Let's see. Unfortunately, I feel exhausted sometimes when things go wrong. Sometimes I ask for a break. Okay, so you need to create the break. You can ask for a break, but what I'm getting is that you're not allowing the break. Okay. You have some habits and repetitions that are patterns in your thinking and your life that do not allow you to have a break. Okay. So it's very important that you focus on that. You focus on giving yourself a break. Okay. And that means you're going to have to allow some things to just go. Some things to just go by the wayside and go. Okay. It's very important. All right, guys, I have to go. So I'm going to go to Samantha here, and then I have to get off because in 15 minutes, I have to get on another live broadcast and do more readings. And then I have to race out to my horses. I should actually be there already doing this from there because a couple of them are outside and it's going to be raining, which is fine, but I need to attend to some of these things. So I'm going to finish up with Samantha here. Let's see. I've been doing a lot of work on myself this year due to me overthinking, and a lot of things are getting much easier. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time tonight. Oh, good night. Bless you all. You're in England. All right, Samantha. I'm sorry, Samantha, did I miss you? Thank you, Ann Swantek. So guys, as I log off, I just want to remind you, Susie and I have our YouTube page that is listed here. You can like and help us do that, so we have another platform other than Facebook, even when we need it. Please check out her Susie creative page, and you can join and subscribe to Susie's page and follow her there. If you have not liked and checked out my Psychic Medium page, please do that. I'm going to be posting a lot more of mine and our events. Susie will post her stuff every day as well. So you can follow both of us for constant support. Okay. Susie has some real cool training things she has going on. And I am also a mindset coach. So if you want to remember who you are and do your mindset transformations and manifesting, you can check me out and the My Powerful Choices Awareness Network page. And I work very intensely with people that want to do intense training on their mindset work and to awaken from their mind. And then there's also an Awakening Your Intuition Mastermind that is a very low-priced paid group where we get on and we work on this, and I help everyone each week, okay, with one-on-ones optional. So we have a lot of options for you guys, okay? I want to thank you all for tuning in today. Susie and I will both be back together next week. Don't forget, we have these group online readings and Awakening Your Spirit Guides events coming on, and half-price Mother's Day readings if you're looking for a gift to either connect your mother with someone if she wants a reading, or if you know someone that wants to connect with their mother. I'm offering the 50% off readings just for the month of May. Okay. Thank you guys for tuning in. I love you all so much. And you can check in here. Susie's posted the names of her pages and things. They are listed here, and you can check our comments for that. Okay. And Susie and I will see you next Monday at 1 p.m. EDT, 6 p.m. BST. All right. All right. Thanks, Susie, for joining us. Love you all. I'm getting off so I can get on and do more live readings at 4. Bye.